Good evening, Facebook friends and Facebook family. Today is the 12th of February. Yes, today is the 12th of February, and I'm kind of inviting some people in to actually check out who we're going to be discussing today. I'm pretty sure that you all will be excited. Today is the 12th. So today is the 12th. And we're going to be discussing a gentleman that everyone loved. Almost like President Obama. So, hello Gordon, how are you today? I hope you're still not snowed in, or hope you won't be snowed in tomorrow. It's a little bit late. So, so we're going to discuss a gentleman that he was loved by everyone in Chicago. I won't say who it is. Day 12, yes. Day 12 of Black History Month. So let's give you the first trivia question. The first trivia question is, what year did the United States Postal Service, issued Black Heritage Postage Stamp Series? What year did the United States Postal Service issue Black Heritage Postage Stamp Series? I didn't know this myself, so if you all get it right, yoo-hoo, you got it right, but I wasn't aware of this as well. So here's the other trivia question. The second trivia question is, in what year did, I won't say what year, I'll give you the year. In 1993, what person became the first African American to win the Nobel Prize in Literature? So in 1993, what person became the first African American to win the Nobel Prize in Literature? So now you all can ponder on that, what I share with you, this very important person that, like I said in the first of my Facebook Live, that everyone loved this man from Chicago. His name is Harold Lee Washington. Harold Washington was the mayor of Chicago, and we all loved him. It's a tragedy the way that he passed away, but it was a tragedy just that he had passed because we all loved him. But Harold Lee Washington was born April 5th of 1922, and he passed away November 25th of 1987. Now, Harold was born and raised in a political family. He grew up in the city he spent his career trying to help, which was the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago. Let's see, his father was a police officer and a lawyer, and his mother was a singer. So now, Washington attended the city's public school, but did you know that he left high school before earning his diploma? He left high school before earning his diploma. In the early 1940s, he went into the military to serve during World War I. Now, after the war, Washington went back. He went back to successfully receive his GED, and he headed off to college. I know his parents were very, very proud of him. He earned a bachelor's degree from Roosevelt University in 1949. Continuing his studies, Washington enrolled in law school at Northwestern University. He was the only black man in his class and completed his law degree in 1952. Roy Washington's connections with the influential black Democrats in Washington forged while he was a precinct captain in the predominantly black South Side. Now, Roy Washington was Harold Washington's dad, so he provided his son with many political contacts. Accompanying his father to political rallies and meetings, Washington learned about Chicago politics by observing future Representative Arthur Mitchell, William Dawson, and Ralph Metcalf. Harold Washington attended Forestville School and DeSable High School in Chicago before dropping out to work for a meat packing factory. Now, he was interested in athletics. He competed as an amateur boxer and a hurler. In 1941, Harold Washington married Dorothy Finch. The couple had no children and divorced in 1951. He was then drafted in the military in 1942, and Washington served with the U.S. Air Force, engineers in the Pacific until 1946. After World War II, he attended Roosevelt University in Chicago, one of the few integrated universities in the nation. During his senior year, he was class president, the first elective position of his career. After earning a bachelor's degree in political science in 1949, he went on to receive a JD from Northwestern University Law School in 1952, and he joined his father in a private law practice in Chicago once he passed the bar in 1953. He converted his early access to prominent lawmakers and the local government structure into a memorial career as a Chicago politician. Like his early mentor, Representative Ralph Metcalfe, Washington ascended the ranks of the powerful Chicago political machine, only to break with the organization later because he resented the lack of independence and power he experienced as a black politician. Now, Washington abandoned an outwardly safe congressional seat after winning a second term in the U.S. House in order to run for the mayor of Chicago. And he made history when he became the first African American to hold the influential elective position. The reason my face and my name are known all over is because of the history of the Chicago political machine and the movement that brought it down. Per Harold Washington, those were his remarks. He says, I just happened to be there at the right time to capitalize on it. When Roy Washington, his father, died in 1953, Harold Washington succeeded him as a precinct captain in the 3rd Ward Regular Democratic Organization in 1954. He also continued practicing law, joining the city corporation counsel's office as the assistant prosecutor from 1954 to 1958. Beginning in 1960, he served for 4 years as an arbitrator for the Illinois Industrial Commission. Now, from 1965 through 1976, Harold Lee Washington got his start in politics in the Illinois House of Representatives, where he represented the state's 26th district for roughly a decade, supporting legislation to advance equality. Washington also sought out to make the birthday of the slain civil rights leader, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., a statement holiday. Not one toe the party line, he sometimes went against the wishes of his state's demographic leadership. During his time in the legislation, Washington ran into one serious legal problem. Did you know he was convicted of tax evasion for not filing tax returns for several years? In 1972, he spent 36 days in jail for his crime. However, no matter how hard the fight, he kept fighting back, and in 1977, he became the state senator. 3 years later, Washington moved on to national politics, and he won a seat and became the member of the U.S. House of Representatives representing Illinois' 1st District. Washington faced difficult battles, even though in his effort to become mayor, while he clinched the Democratic nomination away from incumbent Mayor Jane Byrne, he had